Hi. Quick video on kind of the amplification of energies at the moment. Not sure if anyone watching this has experienced maybe an over amplification recently of things that really need to come out, really need some attention, really need us to pay attention to. Most of it could be stuff that's inside us, unhealed trauma, wounds, certain emotional energies, thought processes. So for example, if fear has been your go-to emotion under certain circumstances, then that fear is going to be really amplified right now. You're going to feel much more anxious. You're going to start to feel that at times you might not even be able to handle it. And like any healing process, when we're not paying attention to things that we no longer need or no longer serve us. Hello, great train of Cardiff, just driving past there. It kind of over amplifies itself within us for us to really have to pay attention to it, and it's a bit like a do or die situation. You either deal with it or you don't, and you suffer more. But there does seem to be a real push at the moment for a lot of shadow qualities and shadow elements to to be pushed to the surface right now, and that's okay. So obviously, if you've been feeling certain things that we might subscribe or label as negative, and our go-to reactions to those negative things have been to distract ourselves or push them away or suppress them again, they're coming out. They're coming out whether you like it or not. All right, it's a bit like the volcano that's erupting at the moment in Iceland. Huge volcano, ain't stopping it. Yeah, if the lava's got to come out, the lava's got to come out. And that's what's happening to us and our psyche and our souls at the moment. The gunk, the goo, the grot, the toxicity, the poisons need to come out, and the energies that we're experiencing at the moment are helping them on their way, let's just say. So it is, believe it or not, a healing process. I mean, healing can be gentle, and it's nice when it is gentle. But if an aspect of your divinity and your soul chooses enough is enough, we need to move forward, then the healing can be a little bit more assertive, let's just say. And if you are going through any of this at the moment, and I'm not just saying it's that the amplification is happening from the negative polarity, it's also happening from the positive. So if there's love in you, then that's being amplified. If there's compassion in you, that's being amplified. If there's perception of beauty and courage and and peace in you, then that's being amplified too. Okay, so you might be feeling a little bit bipolar at the moment. You might be feeling like you're swinging from one side of the pendulum to the other. And yes, it's important to remain in balance, right? But what's also important is to not avoid the stuff that might be taking you off onto a bit of a tailspin. You have to be with it. You have to sit with it. You have to feel it, and work through it in order to integrate it, in order to understand and comprehend it. So if you have had healing recently, or you've experienced an over amplification, or let's just say an amplification, because by saying it's an over amplification, that's a judgment, right? It's an amplification of certain things that have come up for you. Then be with it. Try not to avoid it. Take yourself off to some quiet space, sit with nature. My go-to place, if I'm working, which I am today at the wooden retreat, is here just to sit in the gardens for a bit, either before my clients come or after I've seen certain clients, and that's just to release and just to kind of reconnect. Do that. Do more of that. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling frustrated, if these issues that are coming up for you at the moment are sending you off into unbalanced states of mind, then come back to a safe space, come back to a safe spot where you can recalibrate. But then don't avoid what's come up for you. You know, you must understand it. You must get to the root of it and really dig deep as to why much of us are feeling the way we do at times. You know, so this whole release process now that seems to be happening across the country. Oh yeah, we can all go back to work. We can all go shopping again. We can all go back to school and re-engage with let's call it the rat race or life as we knew it before, but slightly differently now. You know, we've slightly differently. We've still got to stay apart from each other and follow the rules, but you know, the carrot has been dangled again. How does that make you feel? I mean, when I heard the news that things were going to be opening up again, I thought, oh well, you know, so what? It's been quite nice to not have to engage so much in this kind of consumerist nonsense. But for some people, they've been chomping at the bit, really. And again, what you've been feeling has been amplified, right? Or is getting amplified. So if you've been bursting to get out and go to Primark, then that feeling will have been amplified, and as soon as you've been let out, then that's the first place you're going to go, innit? You're going to go to Primark, queue up for 3 hours, and then get your clothes shopping fix. But what is it within you, right, that feels the need to go and do that? Unless obviously you run out of underwear, right? The whole experience, for example, of shopping, A, is temporary, B, gives you a temporary feeling of, I don't know, dopamine kick or whatever it is, right? Once you buy something new, and then you stick it in your wardrobe and you think, there we are, I feel the same as I did before I went shopping again now. So these are the things that are being amplified for us, and it's an opportunity really to really look at where we're giving our energy and power away, and where we have more of an opportunity. Got lots of trains today, and this is a long one. I think this one's going to the steelworks. Chug, chug, chug. The machine mind trundles past the natural forest. What a paradox. What a duality. What a comparison of opposite energies. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Yeah, the machine mind. So, what is it that gives us this sense of discontent and restlessness within us, that, you know, we're not enough, or we have to be doing something, and we have to be achieving something, and we have to be, you know, we have to feel validated in some way. If there's a sense of lack of your own belief in yourself, your own empowerment, your own self-worth, then you're always going to feel like you have to be doing something to validate yourself, to prove yourself to others. And again, where does that come from? So that might have been amplified for you. If you've been feeling a bit of guilt or shame about certain things, that might have been amplified for you, or situations might have come into your life to maybe trigger those things that then would have amplified for you. So when the amplification comes, it's an opportunity to release. Yeah, it's an opportunity to feel what you need to feel, really get to the root of it, and not be overpowered by it. Okay? So, you know, there can be a tendency to either really fall into the energies and just kind of lose yourself completely in them, and actually, you know, really get into quite a dark space, which, you know, sometimes the belly of the whale is where you need to go, right? But if you can work with it and be cognizant of it and breathe and reconnect with your breathing, reconnect with your centering point, reconnect with your navel, reconnect with your feet in the ground, yeah? Long deep breath in. Longer deep breath out. Okay? Connecting with or resetting that vagus nerve, right? Which takes us out of our fight or flight mode, our sympathetic nervous system, and then taking us into our parasympathetic nervous system. Then we have a chance then to really work with those energies and transform them, alchemize them, understand them, get to the root of why they're there and what spirit is trying to show us through this amplification. Okay? An opportunity to come into further wholeness. Okay? So it's all good. You can probably hear the birds, and obviously spring is amplifying a little bit. You know, we've still got kind of a little bit of more wood than leaves that you can see, but the leaves are starting to push through, and nettles are starting to grow. And by the way, young nettles are a great source of nutrients, so if you want to go and pick a few, dry them out and make tea out of them, that's a great way of using nettles. Always have some nettles in my garden or nearby to make tea from. The ferns are starting to unroll. I just love the way everything starts to unfold in the spring. Look at the geometry there, and then you've got the flowers and the harebells. I don't know if you can see that. I'm pointing my phone in kind of that direction. But yeah, life keeps going, doesn't it? In cycles, round and round. And right now, if you're feeling amplification, sit with it, don't avoid it. Use it for healing. And if you feel that you might need some guidance or some healing yourself to kind of either work through these energies or to unpick and unravel some of the deeper aspects of what these amplifications might be showing you, then book in. Just send a message, and I work out the various places in South Wales at the moment, Cardiff, Swansea, down towards Carmarthen, and we can work with some shamanic healing and hopefully kind of smooth the road, smooth the roller coaster a bit. Okay, see you next time.